all-existent one. I existed from the beginning, and I existed before the end. There is no end to me. There is no beginning. And what I can do, I can prove myself to you. And Moses stood up and he took notice. And I think God was going to kill him at one time because he was out there complaining. But Zipporah circumcised the sons and threw the flesh at God's feet and asked him to spare Moses' life. But Moses went on and met his brother, went on to become a great leader. And sometimes we don't always understand the route that we have to take. We don't always like the route that we take. But it's not always about us. It's about a promise that God have made our forefather. He promised that he would bless our seed. He blessed that he would keep our seed. He blessed that he would prosper our seed. And I'm telling you, that promise that he made back there, maybe it was your grandmama, your mama, or your great-grandmama, or your papa, or whoever it was. But he made them a promise that we're not here by our own strength and our own might. But God made a promise to somebody. That's why we keep on walking. That's how come we keep on going. And we don't know, how did I get this far? When I didn't think I could make it when I was way back here. I thought I wanted to lose my life because I thought this is it. I've had enough and I can't take another. But he still came along and enabled me and strengthened me and took me through the hard times that I was going through to bring me out on the other side. And it was step by step. I had to get to know who he was. I had to get my faith to grow. He had to take the little I had and prove to me what he could do with that little bit. I told you all about the dollar faith, and it meant to a $2.50 faith. But he had to start somewhere, and he walked me through with the faith. And when I started believing that I could trust him, if he could do all of that over $1, how much more can he do with the $2.50? And then when I got over here and he said, leave that there and go in there. And I said, but what am I going to do? He said, leave that there and go in there. And when I went in there and I turned around, I saw why he was taking me away from that. Because the cart had overturned. The Coca-Cola bottle was about to explode. And if I had been walking with it, it would have hit me in the head. Maybe it would have cut my face or my neck or my veins or whatever. But God knows how to get us out of trouble, how to get us aside, how to get our attention. Amen. And I thank God that he does. I thank him for being the initiator of our relationship with him. And we talk about we looking for a Prince Charming. He is charming. He is the Prince. He is the Lord of Lords. He is the King of Kings. And I tell you, I wouldn't trade him for nothing in the world. Because if it had not been for him, I wouldn't have had no kid. If it had not been for him, they wouldn't be here today. But because of him, I wouldn't have been here today. Because I would have killed myself. But God kept me alive for such a time as this. And each one of you here are not here by your own power, by your own strength. It's because God is orchestrating your step. He's prepared a path for you, and he's got you on that path. And sometimes it may look dark and dreary, but we have to trust him anyway. He said, did not I tell you, fear not? For I'm with you always. I'm with you. Even when you can't see me. Just trust me. I got you. When the storms of life is raging and you don't understand what's going on, trust me. I got you. God got us. I don't care what it looked like. He's still in charge. We look at the economy and all of this situation and stuff going on, and we start hollering, well, the stock market is going down. God is telling his children, don't worry about the stock market. Mine don't never run dry. That's why I told you to store up stuff in the bank of heaven, because up there, there's no moss. There's no rust that's going to corrupt it or tear it down. And when you call on me, I have all kinds of resources to send to your rescue. I'm talking about, and I'm not talking about what money can buy. I'm talking about sometimes we just need protection. Amen. That he'll send an angel to stop an accident or to keep you from going this way, because he wants you to go that way, because he had prepared somebody for you to meet along the way. God got some errands to help us to get to where he wants us to go. And God had Aaron coming down the street to meet Moses as he was going up to go to Aaron. God has got people in places to help us achieve what he has put in us to do. And you know something? It doesn't matter who approve or don't approve. We're not here to get man's approval. As long as God is appreciative and he knows that we are trying to please him, he will make your enemy be at peace with a sword. He went up there and said, thus saith the Lord, let my people go. And if he didn't do it, then God would come back and throw a plague on him. And then he would go back and Pharaoh. And God even hardened Pharaoh's heart so that he wouldn't let him go, because he wanted to prove to Pharaoh, because see, Pharaoh thought he was a god, but God had to let him know there's no God beside me. I am the only one, and I'm the only one that I want you worshiping. So he had to pull down that stronghold. And if Pharaoh had recognized God as God, all of those things would not have come upon him. And if he'd have just let him go. And when the people heard that God wanted to have them, a meeting with them, a rendezvous with them, they got excited. What? Well, who is it? You got to remember, they've been down there for 400 years. They don't know that's God. They heard about him. Maybe somebody kept it alive with, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's God. But we have never seen him, what he looked like. What he want with us? How tall is he? What did he say? What he look like? I mean, what he want with us? After all these years, we've been down here slaving and working hard, and he want to meet with us. I think that would have perked me up, don't you? I would have got up and said, whoa, the God of the universe want me. And that's what he did. He wanted us. That's why he chose us. Out of all of the people, he chose us to walk a certain path that he had prepared for us. He is a God that's impeccable. And he wanted a people that's going to represent him, that's going to be impeccable. He wants us to be extraordinary. Not that we are, but him in us will show him to other people how extraordinary